Kaiju No.8 has been around for about a year now. In fact, I remember covering it in a video around when it still had only about 4 or 5 chapters out. Unfortunately, Shueisha bombed that video before it even got a chance to breathe. Fast forward however many months though, and Kaiju No.8 is beginning to kick up a storm that shows no signs of stopping, having over 3 million copies in circulation after its first 3 volumes, making it the fastest growing Shonen Jump Plus title ever. To put that number into perspective, Jujutsu Kaisen had 4 million copies in circulation after 10 volumes and before its anime. Kaiju No.8 has almost that same number in less than a year. Kaiju No.8 has truly arrived now, and if you don't read the series already, it's only a matter of time because this series is going straight to the top. Once this series gets an anime, boy, it is over. If this gets the Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer treatment when it comes to an anime adaptation, I can really see it going straight to the top and becoming one of Shueisha's best selling manga. Unfortunately though, an anime shouldn't be expected for at least another 2 years, I'd say. And that's partly due to the fact that the series has only just now recently found its feet when it comes to its release pattern. It's just been confirmed that Kaiju No.8 will be releasing 2 chapters a month on a bi-weekly schedule, whereas before it would release 3 chapters a month and then take a week off. But during that week off, us fans would still get some content as they would deliver us some sick ass coloured pages from the series. They weren't canon, they were just purely aesthetic. But if you're like me and you love manga art, especially when it's coloured, then this was a huge win. Now unfortunately it's not 100% clear whether or not that same little quirk will be carrying on each time it has a break with its new release schedule, but I still wanted to bring it up because you'll still experience it for at least the first 40 or so chapters regardless. Kaiju No.8 is a story based in a kaiju-infested Japan. A kaiju, for those unfamiliar with the term, is Japanese for strange monster. Think Godzilla or Pacific Rim. These are 2 incredibly large films in the kaiju genre, with this world not being too much different from theirs. It's a world where these kaiju appear and cause terror in the land of Japan. And that's where the Defense Force come into play. The Defense Force is a group of elite soldiers whose job it is to exterminate these deadly creatures. They're held up as the heroes of Japan, each day being crowned as the lifesavers of the country, keeping citizens safe in otherwise catastrophic circumstances. And none come better than Captain Mina Ashiro. Sounds awesome, right? Well, meet Kafka, our main character. This 32-year-old gentleman is one of the leading members of a kaiju cleaning company. Yes, that's right, his job is not to go out and kill the kaiju, but instead clean up the mess they leave behind. And I think that this is one of the series' most charming aspects, as the main character is different from your typical 15-year-old high school student you see in 90% of the other Battle Shonen series. There's nothing wrong with having a teenage main character, heck even some of my favourite series follow that exact path. But it's nice, especially as you start transitioning into adult life like me, to have a representative of my life in there. I can relate more to Kafka than other shonen main characters because he too is just a normal adult. And I think that his story, especially in this modern society that we're growing up in, is an incredibly important and inspiring one. Like I said, Kafka is a 32-year-old dude. He lives alone, eating pot noodles for dinner and going out to his normal, unglamorous job, wishing that he could have just achieved his dream of joining the Defense Force. And I know it's not nice to admit it, but that's how a lot of young adults feel. And that's why I think Kafka's message is a really important one, even if it's only brief before it then goes into your standard battle shonen craziness. Many people around my age, myself included big time, I mean this is one of the main reasons I took a break from YouTube in the first place, is because people are beginning to feel more and more insignificant. In a world where we can live somebody else's life as easy as our own through the access of social media, it's easy to start feeling that your life is inferior to somebody else's. More and more people are beginning to feel like they should have their entire life planned, wrapped up and all perfect by the time they're in their early 20s. 30 is now considered old in this generation, for crying out loud. But this series can help people realise that life doesn't just stop when you hit 30. It's normal to still be moving forward at that age and beyond. Your dreams don't go anywhere. There's still going to be a dream for you to chase. You've just got to find that chance and take it. Now, from here on out, I will be spoiling some of the events from Chapter 1. Mainly because it's hard not to jump into the premise and what you can expect without spoiling some of the major events of Chapter 1. So if you don't want to get spoiled, then I do recommend you click off this video now and go and read it. Like I said though, I will only be spoiling Chapter 1. Everything else is for you to fully enjoy. The turning point in Kafka's life is the day he was mysteriously transformed into a kaiju himself, thus giving him superhuman abilities. This is what I meant by the standard battle shonen craziness part kicking in. Just remember that the message is still the same despite it being exaggerated to the nth degree. This kaiju takeover has actually been what's made some fans label the series as the new Attack on Titan. And although I think that's a very vague assessment, I can see why people would say that. Because if I had to pick a series to compare it to, well, I'd actually have to pick two. Kaiju No.8 to me feels like a blend of Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia. It has the gravitas of Attack on Titan, having these huge, building tall kaiju attack Japan, similar to how you had the Titans attacking the villages within the walls. Our main character also has the unique ability to transform into said monster. You've then also got the Defense Force, which some people may say is Kaiju No.8's version of the Survey Corps. And the reason why I say My Hero Academia is Kaiju No.8's ability to feel fun in an otherwise tragic circumstance. Attack on Titan always felt like a dark story. It didn't let you have a moment of happiness because the world itself wasn't in a state of happiness. And it did such a good job of sucking you into it. Whereas My Hero Academia has this way of keeping the villainous evil that plagues Japan away from the story at times, mainly during the school training arcs. And although some people did not like this switch and preferred when the story kept that darker tone, it was still nice to sometimes have that blend, even if it did occasionally feel a little bit jarring. I should also probably take this moment to say that I'm not calling Kaiju No.8 a clone of Attack on Titan or My Hero Academia or any series for that matter. Trust me, you could spend 20 minutes looking at a list of battle shonen, stripping them to their bare bones, and you could find at least one similarity between every single one of them. But what Kaiju No.8 manages to do is take these common concepts and make them feel fresh, yet similar too. It lets you experience something you've never seen while also maintaining that nostalgic feel, which is one of the reasons why I think it's become so successful so fast. Its premise is easy to understand and it doesn't throw too many characters in for the sake of it, thus clogging up the story. I often see people criticising a series for not having enough characters. And although I obviously agree that I think a series has to have a wide range of appealing characters and personalities, I would much rather have a series with a small cast of good characters, like Attack on Titan for example, rather than a series throwing in a ton of characters, flirt with the idea of utilising them, and then ultimately realising that the authors created too many characters and there's just not enough for each of them to do to stay relevant. Which then leads to people criticising a series for the complete opposite reason to before, saying that its side characters are boring and do nothing. which is something I sometimes feel with series like My Hero Academia, Naruto, or even One Piece. Kaiju No. 8 is yet to have a character I don't like. They all feel different and they all feel important. The side characters such as Kikoro, Leno, Soshiro, they're all great. And although the list of characters may be small, the impact that they have is large. I truly do urge you to check out this series if you haven't already, because like I said, it's only going to get bigger and bigger from here on out. So make sure that you claim your hipster points for the future now so that you can tell your friends that you knew about Kaiju No. 8 before it even blew up. If you don't class 3 million copies as blown up already, that is. Let me know in the comment section down below, have you already checked out Kaiju No. 8? And if you haven't, let me know if you think you're going to give it a go now. Leave a like on the video as well if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're not ready to become a member of the Senpai Squad. And I'll be seeing you guys in another video very, very soon. But until then, as always, peace.